The proper rooster, rooster, rooster. And people, welcome back to Battlefield 3. This has been a long time since I've uploaded the last Battlefield 3 video. What you're going to see is Plünderer. That's what it said on your screen, but of course that is German and means scavenger. Scavenger is a game on Battlefield 3 where you basically only spawn with a secondary gun and where you then try to melt down all the opponents, and where you can also pick up guns just lying around on the ground. There's 3 different types of guns, 3 different levels available. Level 1 there is like PDWs, level 2 is shotguns and sniper rifles and expos, and level 3 is like carbines, assault rifles and heavy rifles, I think. I think that was kind of all. Hope I didn't forget anything. And yeah, you just saw me here already picking up an M1014. Just all facts that I wanted to mention in order you didn't really know how the game mode works. Maybe you've never seen this before, because I think that a lot of people have ever been playing actually Scavenger. That just was kind of a game mode that got a bit lost in the whole mess of DLCs, new maps and new game modes that were available for the game all in all. So first of all, I just used the Rex as a secondary, but I just then here switched to the M1911 Silence, which will come in then really handy in the gameplay later on as well. That was all the facts, kind of firstly important for the game. And oh yeah, Marcus Monolith, that's the map that we're playing on. One of the Aftermath maps, obviously, as Scavenger mostly only runs on Aftermath maps. There's some others available as well, but that's mainly it. And yeah, it is a strange map because it takes like a minute every time before you play Marcus Monolith in order to get your eyes used to the map, just because that orange filter is so intense in that map. Maybe you just saw that at the beginning of the video after my intro. That filter is just intense. I don't really know what more to say about that. They absolutely overdid it a bit with that. Yeah, what I also wanted to mention is something that I don't think a lot of people have ever been really noticed, and that is the Humble Bundle in general. I don't know whether you've ever heard of that or not, and that is basically it is a creation by I'd call it a new company, and they basically offer you bundles, game bundles, and you can pay in dollars. You can either pay through, I think you can either pay through a credit card or also through PayPal, I think. And it basically you can basically decide how much you want to pay for these bundles, and well, you can't fully decide how much you want to pay. I gotta say that because you can of course only pay one US dollar cent, or also just $1. But they kind of course want to keep you to pay a bit more than that, and therefore they oftentimes do it like that you get for example a bigger bundle. You get like 6 games instead of just 4 when you pay, let's say, $5 at least. And that is like all in all a really good idea. And the actual point, I haven't even come to that yet. The actual point of the Humble Bundle is that a big part goes to charity. They decide to what kind of charity association it goes to. And the other thing is that you can decide how much you want to pay to the charity branch. So say you want to buy a Humble Bundle and you want to pay $10, then you can decide how much goes to the Humble Bundle company in order to keep them alive, obviously, as well. How much goes to the developers of these games. Normally, they keep one Humble Bundle on one specific game developer so that they can make that a bit easier. And one part goes to charity, and you can decide how much goes to which. So you can decide that you want to do all the $10 to charity, which is surely a good thing, but you also don't want to forget, obviously, the developers that they kind of made the games that you're trying to buy here, and also not the Humble Bundle company, because if you don't give them any money, then they will just die sooner or later, and that will be a pretty bad thing as well. Because I want to keep that alive. I'm kind of advertising a bit for it here, because I really like it, the whole idea and stuff. And what is also important to mention about the Humble Bundle is that they recently, and that is I think yesterday or 2 days ago, opened a Humble store where they will basically have certain games oftentimes available then through Steam keys, available on offer as well, on sale. And when you buy these games on sales, that all runs through dollars as well, so you might have a little problem sometimes there with that. 10% of the price that you pay goes to charity, and I was a bit pissed right there in the gameplay. God, it was on 1% with this S-Tech M1911. But yeah, 10% of that what you buy there goes to charity, which is still good. Obviously not as good as if when you could decide on your own how much you want to give to charity. But I guess they kind of gotta give in a bit to the whole system in order to actually develop it. But I gotta say though, all in all, I don't fully like the idea of them having created a humble store, because they are, and I'm trying to do some quick scoping here, they are trying to compete with things such as Steam. And Steam is so big already. It's got some sort of monopoly seat. You can hardly compete with it. That's like the problem. You can hardly compete with it, and it could happen that the humble store will just go down quite quickly again. But of course, for the whole industry of video game the video game market and the game sellers market, it is of course good that you have competition. And therefore, it is in the whole idea of the whole game market. It is to be supported that there is these competitions in between different companies. And that game just finished here. I'm just gonna hang on the next game as well. Scavenger on Tala Market. If you can't read German that well, might be not. I don't know how well you are in German. And you're gonna see the end screen of Macca's Monolith at the very end, and then also of this map, obviously. So that was basically all I wanted to say about the Humble Bundle and the Humble Store. And now coming to something else, Battlefield 4. As we are playing Battlefield 3, I also get to talk about the next game, Battlefield 4, that got released like, what is it now, 2 weeks or so, and people have been bashing already. I feel like seeing players already on level 81, 82, the absolutely crazy ones, the ones that forget about sleeping and then just focus on the game 24/7. That works as well. I can't really afford that. Besides my studies, I can't really do that, gotta be honest. But also, a lot of people seem to have had some launch problems with the game. There's a friend of ours that is called Marky, and you will meet him later on. Nice Swedish guy, and he had some trouble with the game. He seems to have some intense trouble with the game. So yeah, some people tend to have intense problems with it. Some don't. I mean, I have problems with Battlefield 3 on my PC. I think I've mentioned that already once or twice. I just can't play it anymore at all. It just closes as soon as I try to launch to a server. I don't know what it is. It just doesn't really work. And yeah, that is a thing. So I don't know what it is with Battlefield 4. Let's hope they're going to fix it, whatever it is. And there's also this thing that they are going to show in, I think, this month, November or December, one of the two. They're going to show AMD Mantle, because there is, of course, a pretty deep cooperation between the Battlefield series, or let's rather say DICE or EA rather, I guess, and AMD. And through that cooperation, they are DICE is going to develop a certain program, you could say, for the, I think, Frostbite 3 engine. So therefore, AMD graphic card user will have a slight advantage from the performance and from how the game looks like over NVIDIA graphics card user. And that is, a lot of people have been thinking suspiciously about that. Just because, yeah, it sounds obviously a bit strange when you give one kind of people an advantage just by which graphic card they bought. I will be one of the people who will have the advantage because I got the AMD Asus HD 7870. Further instructions always in the description of our very channel to see my computer setup so far only. We'll also put in Patrick's setup then later on. And yeah, Mantle is then going to be a program with that you can improve your Battlefield 4 experience on AMD graphics cards. And the thing is, I don't see it as a bad thing because, not because I do have an AMD graphics card, but because that program idea already existed for a very long time for NVIDIA graphics card. And that is called PhysX. and that already exists for NVIDIA for quite a long time. I think the first video game where I've seen that running on was Mirror's Edge, and that's quite old already. I think Mirror's Edge is like, what, 4 years or 3 years old already, if not 5? I'm not exactly sure at the moment. But yeah, physics already exists for a long time, and you can just turn that on in the settings of the game, and then NVIDIA graphics card user will have a performance boost. Obviously, that is something that AMD graphics card users cannot activate, because I tried it a couple of times. I didn't even understand what it was at the beginning, so I just put it on, and my game broke like every 5 seconds. So you can't put that on as an AMD graphics card user, and it will probably be the same with Mantle, that you cannot turn it on as a NVIDIA graphics card user. So I'll be interested in how that will work out. I hope they won't have like problems then with the driver update of AMD graphics cards. Let's hope they don't. And I just switched here to the other secondary, the revolver, the Magnum. Just wanted to give it a go, because a lot of people tend to use it, and a lot of people tend to be good with it. I'm not really that specifically good, but with that certain gun, but yeah, it kind of worked out for me. And what I also wanted to mention is that my walkthrough gameplay series, however you want to call it, Deus Ex Human Revolution, will come to an end soon, shortly. It is about, I think I want to mention that it's about 5 episodes left, so then that was it. And yeah, what I also wanted to say is we have reached 65 subs. We also reached my very personal goal of 69 subscribers. That is so stupid for me, but yeah, I just want to gladly welcome all of you. I won't do it as in the one Battlefield 3 video where I actually welcomed every single one of 25 subscribers, but yeah, welcome to all of you. And that is basically all I wanted to have mentioned. You also will see the gameplay come to an end, although the enemies still have 111 tickets left. Now it's just 5, because there was just a lot of, I think I died like 6 or 7 times in a row, just spawned and died and spawned and died and over again. And besides that, of course, Scavenger is a lot of running around as well. Because basically I still feel like Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4 are games made for the PC and for more players than 24. That's what it used to be, the maximum amount of players on the consoles. So there we go. 18 and 7 was Marcus Monolith. And there you see some random ribbons and dog tags and everything what you can collect possible in this game. Oh yeah, assignments as well. And 17 and 8. That, yeah, right, that was the score on Telemarket. So yeah, there was a lot. God, I was talking a lot today. So in the end, I could just hope that you guys enjoyed this video of Battlefield 3 again. I will always upload, like, 1 or 2 videos again sooner or later of Battlefield 3. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you have a nice day, and goodbye.